Hi friends, new and old, and welcome back to the channel. It's your friend Chip, and today we're going to go ahead and try re-hairing a My Little Pony. Never done it before. This is going to be a first. So let's take a look at our victim. Our victim today is Zig Zag. So I got a lot of My Little Ponies from a friend for doing some work and cleaning out their house. Was able to acquire all these ponies that were there, so I thought since I already have this one, let's go ahead and learn to rehair. It's pretty small, so I don't think it should take too much work. Be a good one to learn on. I have a couple other ones that I need to actually rehair and bring them back to their original color. This one, I thought it'd be kind of fun to change the hair color on this one since I already own Zig Zag, and I want it to stand out. So I ordered some hair from Dolly Hair. I have My Little Pony Spearmint here, and I really wanted to see what she might look like if we changed her hair color to be this green. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and rehair her with this green here. I have the Fabric Tack glue, and I have the zip ties here. I have a couple of tweezers, a paintbrush, some what are these, needle nose plier things. I have some scissors, and I also have the rehairing tool here. So let's see how it goes. The first thing we're going to want to do is remove the head, and the head for this one is actually on pretty good. So this can take a second to do. We're just going to use an X-Acto to help loosen some of this, and then we'll use a little bit of nail polish remover. Being very careful because we do have all those painted pieces on here. See if we can't remove this head, and then we'll start taking the hair off. Alright, well, the head didn't come off of this one very good at all. So we're going to have to actually glue that back on when we get back to that part, unfortunately. But we should still be able to get in here and get all this hair out of here. And we should still be able to work within this to put the tail in. I think the hardest part is getting the tail out. Hopefully we can get the tail out in the little hole, because this piece is not coming out at all. It's not coming out. So let's give it a try. The next part is to cut the hair off as short as we possibly can, and then we'll start digging it out from the inside. I have a paper towel here. Let me see if I can just lay this down and cut this off like this. Oh boy. I'm not one to cut ponies' hair. Alright, that's probably about as far down as I'm going to get with those ones, but I have these little ones. Okay. Now we have to dig out that stuff on the inside and pull it out. So I think some of this in here I should just be able to grab with this and just yank it out like that. Yeah. All right. Ah, that was a good chunk. Still that piece right in there. If I go like this, yeah. Yeah. Kind of hard to see. Kind of dark. But I think we got it. Yeah. It's all out of there. I think that's probably just like some residue from the glue. My finger can go on there. Yeah, I can. I don't think it's anything anything we need to worry about. Doesn't seem to come out. So, alright. Now I've got all the hair out of there, and now we just have to replace it with the teal. Let's see if we can get this tail out of here. So, I guess we just kind of shove it in, right? Maybe just one of these to push it in. Alright, we got it. Just gotta get it up out of here. Oh, it's right there. Okay, got it. Well, we can kind of see the original pink color compared to what it ended up being, more of like a peachy color. Alright, all that old hair, gone. Now we can put a new tail in this minty color. Alright, I've got the hair taken out of the section, and then I cut that section in half to give us the length that we're looking for. So there's the hair that we're going to be taking from, and now we've got our rehairing tool here. And we've got our needle, and I guess that goes down in here, and then we tighten this. Ooh, that goes down a lot. I don't know if I want it that low, right? Don't we have to like shove this in here a little bit? It's a little wobbly. It's not like super secure. I can't imagine that it goes down any farther because it's a little wobbly. I don't know. I mean, if it goes in all the way, it's like that. I mean, I guess we don't have to shove it in too far, but still. All right. And so the end of this is open like this. That's what's going to scoop up the hair, and then we'll shove it in those holes up here. I'm hoping that these are big enough, or well, small enough for me to... Look at that, pulled the needle right out of it. Oh no, that thing likes to roll. Alright, well, I guess it's best to get started. So, I guess I take this out of here because it's going to be easier to do it like this. And then we're just going to take a chunk. I hate that rolls. I have to put it against something. So we're just going to take a chunk of hair, fold it in half. Right, and then it's on my finger, and I'm going to load it into this needle. I really just now want to take all of it. Okay. And then we shove this into the pony's head. we're doing that very first one. Very first hole right there. It stays and doesn't pull it back out. Look at that! We did it! Our first one! Our first one. Alright, now we got like, you know, a handful more to go. Okay. And then into the second hole. It's right here. Okay. Alright, we're getting there. Alright, and we've got it all rehaired in this beautiful mint green color. I think that's going to look really nice. You can see on the inside where it's like pushed all of that. So now we have to put glue in there to hold it in place. I've got this Fabri-Tac glue. We're just going to pop some of this glue right down in here, so that it can help keep that all nice in there. We'll go ahead and smooth that around. Alright, and now that the glue's in there and we've swizzled that around, now we just have to wait for it to dry. Alright, so for the tail, we're going to need another chunk of this. I'm afraid of it like falling completely out of there and just being like one giant crazy mess. Alright, so we're probably gonna take... It's gonna thicken because it's gonna fold in half. So I would say this is probably fine. Even this seems like it might be a little too much, but the hole's kind of small, so we don't want to make it too big. Probably going to have to leave some of that behind and go with something more like this. I don't know why it does that. Like, it doesn't have to get to become a complete mess every single time. How do you do this and not end up with this? Alright, I just put a little like bread tie from a cord around it just to hold it in place for a minute as we prepare to pull it through the body. Don't have any wire or anything, but I've got this stuff that I use in the weed whacker, so let's see if it'll work. It's kind of thick. I don't know. We're going to try this. We're going to try it. I don't think it's going to work very good. Oh. Ooh, I can see it at the head. Okay. It's there. Maybe if I use these, grab a hold of it. Okay, that one's through. Where's the other one? Okay, that's that one. I don't know where that one is. Where did that go? Where could it possibly have gone? It's in the body, but where? I understand. I understand. Go in. And then come right out the head. There it is. I see it. Folding up in there. There it is. Got it. Okay. Now, maybe we can use this to pull this tail into the body? You think? I mean, maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna try. Ooh. It did something. It did it. It did it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. It's there. Now, zip tie it. If we don't, we'll lose it. I'm going in the back way. Alright, I think we can pull this thing out of here now. Of course you're going to get tangled on it and pull pieces of it out in the last minute. You're on snot. Alright, I think that's fine. We should be able to tighten that right up. And then trim that. And then we take this and put another one here around it like that. Like that. And we cut this off. Woo! And we should be able to pull that through, and ta-da! We have a tail. How long that is. And we cut that in half. It'll have to be trimmed a little bit, but there we go. And then there's the head. We'll just have to put that on once the glue dries. And then we've got a zigzag with mint green hair instead of pink. All right, and here is Zig Zag in her brand new color scheme with the mint green for the mane and the tail. I really like it. I think she looks pretty cool. Just a unique way of making this particular one in my collection stand out. Really cool. Now we just have to get to the styling part of it. All right, and she has been washed and styled. We still have the curlers in the hair. So we're just going to take the curlers out and we're going to see how the hair set. The only thing I did to it was used a little bit of conditioner on it. I didn't do too much to it, just enough to help it kind of set. We gotta take this one out of the bangs here. There we go. And then around the neck, we just have a little wrap. This. All right. And there's that part of the mane. And sometimes when we pull these out, if we do it really fast, it kind of pulls it apart. So I do it a little slower and kind of hold the whole thing and let it just kind of go back a little bit slower. Ta-da! I have a cute little curl for the thing. I don't know. That's a little wild. A little wild. I think I would have preferred it to just, well, you know, I did leave it a little long so that way we could have a little bit of something to it. I don't know if I like that large curl there. I could cut it. So it's like that long, and then it just kind of is a little piece that comes out instead of such a long curl in the front. I don't know if I like that. Let's take the tail out. We kind of do the same thing with the tail, and sometimes I'll spin it up so it's a little bit tighter. And then when we pull it out, it doesn't go so wonky. This is really helpful if the tail has tinsel. That makes it really nice. There we go. Ta-da! I even left the tail a little long because I wasn't quite sure what it was going to look like once we curled it. So I wanted to be able to have a little bit of room to play in case we needed to cut it off. And I love that we can do this to it and it gives it that little bit of bounce. Cute! She turned out really cool. Really cool. Cute. I don't know, this is the part that I'm kind of like, what do you guys think? You think the little curl on top is good? Should we cut it? Should we wet it and redo it? I don't know. That's the part that I'm kind of like, meh. But I just don't know if we cut it that short. Maybe if we unravel it? No, that just changes the direction and kind of makes it frizzy. I think it could work if we cut it, but then I just feel like, I don't know, do you always feel like this, I don't know if we call it a pony, zebra is a little bald? Do you ever feel like she's bald? Yeah, that helps us see it a little better. If it was just that little bit of a curl versus the whole thing. I don't know, she's cute. Also, part of me wonders if I should cut this a little bit shorter too, because her mane is naturally short. It could be cut even shorter. It doesn't have to be this length. I just left it this length because it gave me a little more to play with, and we can always cut a little more afterwards. I feel like the tail will probably stay that length. That's fine. It doesn't really bother me. And I mean, the mane doesn't really bother me being that length either. And she's got a little bit of a mark here. So if we style it so it just kind of goes around her, then it kind of covers that up too when she's sitting on the shelf. So we can always leave her hair kind of wrapped around her like this. We could have it go like this and it wraps around this leg. So still give us that coverage. And then on the display side, she still looks really nice. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think this being shorter is nice. And now that we see that shorter, what do you think? Should that be shorter too? I don't know. So we did trim that just a little bit, and I think that's a little bit better. I could even trim it just a little bit more, but I think I'll probably leave it like that. It just looks like a circle sitting on top of her head, doesn't it? I don't know. Okay, so a little bit shorter. I feel like I like that better. Pretty cool. All right, there we go. Our very first reroute turned out pretty good. All right, and there we have it, our very first reroute for Zig Zag the zebra. I think it turned out pretty cool. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, but it was still a little scary and tricky. But honestly, we're doing 2 other ones, so by the time we're done, we're going to be an expert. It's going to be nothing at all. We're going to be rerouting My Little Pony experts by the time we're done giving it a shot. Thanks so much for hanging out and for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Have you ever rerouted a My Little Pony before? If you have any tips and tricks you want to share them down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you don't miss the next time I reroute a My Little Pony or we do anything with My Little Pony. And if we aren't friends yet, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and stick around. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.